One thing that we get a lot of questions on is what is that right in-season rate and what are tools that we can utilize to be able to come up with the right rate. And so we just want to share a little bit of some of the things that we're doing here as far as trying to evaluate an in-season application. So one thing you want to be sure you do is make sure you put enough nitrogen down up front. You never know when that window of application may come. Certainly a lot of people start side dressing at knee high, which typically if there's a window there we're able to start, but sometimes rain events cause us challenges to be able to go in at that time. Specifically here in 2018, we've seen people struggle really over the last 3 weeks to be able to get into those fields. We've seen excessively high growing degree unit days, which has led to very rapid growth, high moisture amounts in much of the Midwest, and it's just made a challenge for the field conditions to be right for us to get in. So laying that proper foundation is always key, just to make sure that we can pass that baton to that next application. So one thing we want to look at is when this plant was a seedling, and as we just planted it, really 35 days after planting, really up to V7, V8, we're only pulling about 2 pounds of nitrogen a day, which is really important. Even though it's a small amount, it's making crucial decisions as far as maximizing yield. As we get to V7, V8, V9, that starts to ramp up to about 4 pounds per day. But as we get through these V10 and really through the rest of the V stages, we're pumping about 10 pounds of nitrogen per acre up that plant each and every day. So there's high demand. So how do you know what the right rate is? Well, Soil Scan is one of those tools that you can certainly use. It allows you to enter enough information that you've got a yield goal, you've got organic matter, so we calculate in what release could be on average. And we're able to put the pounds per acre in to be able to know really what's in that soil. Some of the other important tools on the market are products like Encirca and Climate Pro. The key to that technology is making sure you utilize somebody that understands the technology well, that understands your operation, and make sure you ground truth that to be able to make sure that you are making the best recommendations for your farm. A lot of those models as well help you come up with prescriptions for variable rate. Variable rate nitrogen is going to be huge. When we start talking about in-season application of 12 to 15 bushel, if you want to get yourself to 20 to 30 bushel, adopt in-season tool that allows you to variable rate nitrogen in season. And so those are things that can help you understand what the soil is going to give you, what the plant needs, and what you have to gap the middle. The next thing is we talk about placement in season, and this is 20-inch corn, as you can see, and you can see the root systems. And so the biggest thing is as we're coming in, we want to make sure that we get that nitrogen in the plant, whether we're at V2, V3, V10, V12. And so you'll see these root systems, and predominantly the way we fed them is that we put the majority of the nutrients right here. So they favored significant growth right into this area. So when we can overlap, not only understand what the right rate is, but also understand the importance of placement, that's about as good as we can do today, and certainly we'll see more improvements in the future as we continue to figure this thing out with raising corn and the proper nitrogen rate.